Margie Jones, a typical 11-year-old girl of the year 2157, lived in a world dominated by technology. Her education came from a mechanical teacher, a large, imposing machine stationed right in her home. One afternoon, her neighbor Tommy, a year older and always full of surprises, stumbled upon a fascinating relic from the past, a real book. They'd only read about such things in history books displayed on their telebooks. Tommy, with his usual air of superiority, declared the book a waste. He couldn't understand why anyone would bother with such a clunky, outdated object when they had access to thousands of books on their telebooks. Margie, however, was immediately intrigued. This book, unlike their sleek digital displays, had a strange allure, a sense of history that drew her in. As Tommy impatiently tapped his foot, eager to return to his virtual games, Margie carefully turned the book's yellowed pages. The musty scent of old paper filled her nostrils, a stark contrast to the sterile, sanitized air of her technologically advanced home. She ran her fingers over the printed words, marveling at their texture and permanence. Tommy, absorbed in his own world of futuristic entertainment, paid little attention to Margie's fascination. Margie listened intently as Tommy's grandfather reminisced about a time when all stories were printed on paper. He spoke of libraries filled with countless books, each containing a unique world waiting to be discovered. The old man's descriptions sparked a flicker of longing in Margie's heart. She imagined herself surrounded by towering shelves laden with books, the scent of aged paper filling the air. The thought of holding a physical book, of turning its pages and feeling the weight of countless stories in her hands, filled her with a strange sense of wonder. Margie tried to imagine a time when learning was not confined to the cold, impersonal presence of a mechanical teacher. She pictured classrooms filled with children, their faces alight with excitement as they listened to a real, live teacher. The thought of interacting with other students, of learning and laughing together, was both exhilarating and strange to her. Back in her own time, Margie struggled to focus on the mechanical teacher's monotone drone. The screen flickered with historical facts and mathematical formulas, but Margie found her mind drifting back to the book and its static words. She thought about the children in the old schools, sitting together in a classroom, listening to a human teacher. The mechanical teacher, devoid of empathy or understanding, continued its relentless pace. It didn't notice Margie's wandering thoughts or her longing for a different kind of education. It simply presented lesson after lesson, quiz after quiz in its cold, efficient manner. The contrast between the two learning systems was stark. The book, with its tangible pages and the lingering scent of time, represented a more personal, engaging way of learning. The mechanical teacher, for all its advanced technology, felt cold, impersonal, and isolating. Margie's recent struggles with her mechanical teacher, particularly her dismal performance in geography, added to her discontent. The machine had sped up the geography sector, leaving Margie feeling lost and confused. The county inspector, a jovial man with a reassuring presence, had been summoned to diagnose the issue. As the county inspector tinkered with the mechanical teacher's intricate gears and wires, Margie found herself thinking about the old schools described in Tommy's book. She imagined a classroom buzzing with activity where children learned together, their faces reflecting a shared thirst for knowledge. The thought of such a learning environment, so different from her own solitary experience, filled her with a wistful longing. As the mechanical teacher whirred back to life, its screen glowing brightly with a fresh set of lessons, Margie couldn't help but wonder, were the old schools, with their human teachers and shared learning experiences, really that much fun?